Assalamu alaikum. The project we are presenting is titled as Design and Development of a Routing Algorithm. This is the demonstration of our Java-based BFS simulator. Let's run the project and take a look at how it works. On the screen, you can see some useful features like text fields to enter the source and destination, a button to simulate the BFS, a reset button, option to delete nodes and edges, undo button, a switch between world view and a paper view, and a directed checkbox. This is the message console where decisions are displayed. Now, let's try to generate a graph by adding nodes and weighted edges. For example, from south of Australia to the north, then to China, and from China to India. This way, the whole graph is created just by clicking on the respective country. You can also see the message panel which gives feedback, for example, when a node is added. Now that our graph is ready, we can easily enter the source and destination node for finding best path. Let's say A to I. This is basically the implementation of BFS, breadth first search algorithm. In our project, the function runs inside the code to calculate best path in the graph, and the result is visualized on the screen.
Now when we click the BFS start button, the algorithm begins and each node turns orange as it gets visited. Once we reach the destination I, the algorithm completes the path. Now you can see that the path from Australia A to Alaska I is shown by the red line is the shortest because it prioritizes exploring nodes level by level, choosing the shortest route with the fewer nodes. You can reset the whole graph by clicking on the reset button. By clicking on the delete node, an input box appears. Deleting node A from the graph is shown in the message panel where it states that node A has been deleted. Clicking on the undo button will restore the deleted node A to the graph. Now, we will delete a specific edge from node A to node D. This action removes the connection between these two nodes in the graph. You can see the restore message in the message panel. Now let's explore two additional features. By clicking on the directed graph option and paper view, we can see the paper view of the graph. We can convert the graph into a directed graph where the edges have a clear direction indicating the flow from one node to another.
Now let's look at the functionality number 10. Here we handle the self loop case. The system shows an error indicating the self loop are not allowed. Next we handle the case of negative weight. This is not allowed in BFS and the system restrict it. We also handle the zero weight case, which is not allowed in BFS as well. The next case is about finding a path between node A and node E. But since both nodes are not connected, BFS failed to find any path. Let's move on to next functionality. Here we try to delete node H, which does not exist in the graph. The system shows an appropriate error. We also handle the case where someone tries to delete an edge that does not exist between them. Again, the system shows an error. Next important functionality, handling empty cases. If both source and destination are empty, the system shows an error. If one of them is empty and the other is filled, it still shows an error. Because for BFS to work correctly, it requires both a source and the destination node to find the shortest path. Thank you so much.